I was an unusual student in the 50s, late 50s, in being very interested in math and science. And when the Russians shot off Sputnik and we got into the space program, I was fascinated and determined I was going to go to an engineering or science school. And I applied at Ohio State in music, but science was where I wanted to be. I was a math major, that was my interest. Was through the end of my first semester my sophomore year, and there was a buzzsaw named Louis Green in the math department. You had to get through his class to go continue, and I didn't get through his class. And decided that perhaps applied math rather than pure math, which was what at that point our degree is in management science, and that was applied math.
And I only applied to one school. That was at the time Case Institute of Technology. Lived in Cleveland. A professor by the name of Paul Gunther, who was then head of the math department, had come to my high school and given a wonderful talk about the math program, so I picked math as a major. I too got into Louis Green's course with Paula, and I passed the first semester with an A, but the second semester, because he graded on a curve, 20% failed automatically, so only the A and B students were left because the rest dropped out. I did get the highest F the second semester, and decided math was probably not my thing, maybe, or at least this theoretical math. And I like this field called operations research, which is what industrial engineering management science is, really, is applied math, mathematical model building, and I made that my career and wound up getting my PhD. We were both fellow students in the class. Paula would call me at home, because I lived at home, it's the only way I could afford to go to college. I thought, hey, this brassy young female, you know, she needs help in calculus, I could help her. and I did, and we just were friends, we're just very good friends. We even double dated, by the way. She with her boyfriend, me with my girlfriend, and never thought of each other as potential partners, quite frankly. Well, I put myself through college as a programmer, because in those days, I mean, we had the Burroughs 220 and UNIVAC 1107, and everyone was taking computer courses, but not like today. You know, you had punched cards, and it turned out that was a very lucrative field because I was sort of self-taught in some of the statistical routines. And what we did, what I did was I went over to the reserve sociology and psychology departments and noted they had a lot of data. Took them months to get their graduate students to hand process the data. And I could take the data, I could punch it in cards, I could run the statistical analyses, and I could have it back to them within a week or two. And I could charge them an exorbitant rate per hour to do this, but it was still cheaper than what they would otherwise have to pay their technical assistants or graduate students or whatever. So I had my own business. And I like that idea of not working for someone. And I have always admired entrepreneurs, which is why I invest now in startup companies and try to help the entrepreneurs learn something about management, because just because you build a better mousetrap does not mean everybody will beat a path to your door.
I ran the business side of it, the money side. I was the treasurer, bookkeeper, jack of all trades, master of none. We were given a gift when we got our education at Case. We had the best professors, not every one of them, granted, but nevertheless, we got a good education. We were taught how to think logically, how to put a plan together, how to follow through on it. That's a gift we've received from Case, and so we want to give that back and enable more students to be able to be part of this. One of the interesting things I do at this point in time is I am an alumni ambassador that I interview prospective students. It's always interesting to get a look at 50 years later what the kids look like coming in, what they're doing now. They're doing things at a level that we never dreamed about doing when we were in high school. And I find that's part of the gift I'm giving back, is the time I spend in interviewing.
I believe Case really taught us how to think. So many programs, particularly in high school, you tend to memorize things and then spit facts back for a test. Whereas the Case, particularly the engineering aspect, you learned how to make things work. You learned how to find out new information. We're still learning. I mean, that's why we travel so much, is because we just love to learn. And the net effect of that is you want others to be able to learn. And so that really becomes almost a passion for us, is to try to give back to other students so they can have the same kind of experience that we had, which is a very positive one. We really love Case Western Reserve University. We love what Barbara Snyder is doing. We love the provost, the faculty, the dean of the engineering school is fantastic now. I mean, we really think they're on a wonderful path. very exciting for us.
Take advantage of all the energy that exists there.
Yeah, yeah.
And for every one of you, every one of the students.
Live for the future. Too many people that I've hired over the years have spent what they earn now rather than saving for the future. We can enjoy travel and we can enjoy doing all the things we do now because we were very frugal when we were growing up. We learned to save. We learned to study hard, learn as much as we could because we knew we were going to have the opportunity to use that later.